Between two deadly fires in the last week, one here in Philadelphia, the other up in the Bronx, 29 people were killed, including more than a dozen kids. So we're taking a closer look at housing code in Philadelphia to see what's in place to prevent another tragedy. Jeff Cole is live in Fairmount tonight with more on that. Jeff?
Shana, housing advocates say it's not what's on the books, it's what not on the books that it concerns them. And they believe the Fairmont fire in the building right behind me and that Bronx fire, as you say, over the weekend, holds up the need for urgent reform when it comes to safety, particularly for low and moderate income people living in crowded apartment buildings. The apartment is a blackened shell in the middle of the upscale Fairmount street. A charred bed spring hangs from a window while a memorial of stuffed animals rises on the sidewalk. Investigators have left. The fear has not. Regina Curitin lives in a Philadelphia Housing Authority-owned three-story brick on Girard Ave, much like the ill-fated 869 North 23rd.
The buildings on Girard Avenue are the same. They have no escape. I have one little staircase to run down if there's a fire. Other than that, I got to jump out the third floor window.
But city housing codes do not require fire escapes on three-story, two-family homes like these, and battery-powered working smoke detectors are sufficient.
How can apartments like these be made safer?
Jenna Collins is a housing attorney for Community Legal Services of Philadelphia.
Hardwired smoke alarms sound like they might have been a real help in this situation. Some sort of fire escape, particularly on these old homes that have been subdivided.
Collins says the fire that killed 12, including 8 children, exposes the dire need for more and newer affordable housing. Investigators say 26 people were crammed in a space approved for just 20.
Our policies and procedures does not evict people because they have children. We don't remove them because their families are growing. The absurdity of that notion, I think, is self-explanatory.
The call for reform rises as 19 die, including 9 children, in a Bronx high-rise fire Sunday. A malfunctioning space heater is the likely cause. And while investigators work to pinpoint the source of the tragic Fairmount fire, Collins says a deadly space heater blaze can happen here.
Sometimes the only option for a family can be something like a space heater. And that is the other option. You don't want your kids to freeze to death either.
And we certainly have had fires in the city of Philadelphia that have been started by space heaters. Look behind me, that's 869 North 23rd behind me. As you can see, the investigators are now gone. They are beginning to board up the building. We are told that preliminary findings as to what happened here should be released fairly soon. Sources also tell us that once again investigators may be leaning hard on the theory that a 5-year-old playing with a lighter may have ignited a Christmas tree that touched off this deadly inferno. We'll be back at 6. I'm Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News. Shana, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jeff.